slow, watching pizza doing bad shows, cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name, and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only do cost only pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off in a perv. Team Bushes, Team Bushes. Once tried to diddle his brother. I can't even fucking imagine what this did to his mother. He got locked up in a psych ward for his sick crimes, and decades later he got exposed by Joey Dimes. Now he's on a fucking mission to prove he's no Jomo, and he never stops bitching cause he's such a homo. He claims he spent years in prison, but he don't remember exactly where he did his time, cause he's a pretender. He made up this fucking lie to try to impress you, and he'll sad fish and he'll cry to try and finesse you. So Team Bushes is on a mission as pizza's opposition to destroy his fake persona and put an end to his grifting. Team Bushes, Team Bushes, yeah, Team Bushes, they're peeping through the shadows, creeping mad slow, watching pizza doing bad shows, cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name, and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cause Tony pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off and a perv. Team Bushes, they're here to keep an eye on you and make your life a living hell, cause you're a piece of shit and that ain't hard to fucking tell. You grift and you scheme and you bitch and you scream and you throw temper tantrums till they give you some green. You're a whiny fucking jerk and you refuse to go to work. If you don't get what you want, you lose your shit and go berserk. Go Z, bought membership for FBS's chat, and you fucking lost your mind and began to attack. Dixie Lee is a lady that you once were obsessed with, then she rejected your ass just like everyone else did. Alex Vela's channel is fucking hilarious. He clowns you in his videos and you should be embarrassed, bitch. You terrorize relentlessly in every single chat, cause nobody has more fucking sock accounts than Hellcat, Rottweiler, Luke, and Muggsy are world-class ball breakers, but Tony Pizza's a fraud and his crew are all fakers. Shadows, creeping mad slow, watching pizza doing bad shows, cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name, and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cause Tony pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off and a perv. Team Bushes, yeah, the Team Bushes, yeah.
Yizzo, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. I know it's almost noon, but hey, technically it's still morning. Had to double check there. All right, guys. We're going to do more of a regular MobTube type show today, like I haven't done in a while, because I want to address some things. Sorry, I'm cleaning my glasses here. I want to address some things. And I can't even really address them specifically, but I'm going to address them to the best of my ability just from what I'm hearing. Okay? Let me do some shout outs real quick. There aren't many people here. Sally, Miss Can't Be Wrong, Sven Larson, Pat Travelino, Miss Charlie Steen, Frankie Flex. Who did? Who copied me? War, BB from VA, wait a minute, did I? Okay. Let me just make sure I get everybody here. Soto, my man, what's up? What's going on, bro? Pat, I already shouted you out, didn't I? Maybe not. Pat Travellino. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. So anyway, guys, I don't know if we're gonna get many people. I don't even really care. You know how I feel about this now. But some donations would be nice if that's possible. As you know, I do accept donations through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Super Chat, or Super Sticker, or Zelle. You could mail cash, send a check, whatever you'd like. So I've been hearing for a while that people are taking little shots at me and trying to get me. I don't know if it's either to fight with them or to fight with other people. I don't know. And I would think that the way I've been explaining where I'm at in life right now and what my plans are, people would realize that's not going to work. But apparently not. Okay, we'll do that. I listened to a little bit of Suge this morning, and I listened because you guys told me yesterday about Carlos going on a little rant, and I listened, and I heard what Carlos was saying about certain people trying to drag me into things. Okay, and I know who he's referring to. I know he's referring to, but I don't think I think it's a bigger problem than just one or two people. Now it's not a problem for me. I don't give a fuck. But these people, I guess they're convinced that they can get me to just come back here full force, come back here, meaning, mob tube, not the politics shows, and just start fighting with everybody. And I got to tell you, you couldn't be more wrong. I really don't give a fuck, even though I know that right now I could pick a fight with SoFlo or Chicago or Gunsmoke or anybody, Angel even. And my views will go back up and I'll make all kinds of money. I just don't give a fuck. You got to understand. My plan is to make money a different way. And it'll work eventually. Believe me, it'll work eventually. I already have some good shows politics-wise. The other day, I made $172 on a politics show. Okay? So that's where I plan on heading. Now, I always say that if somebody specific fucks with me, maybe I'll engage in some sort of beef just for the fuck of it, for the just for the entertainment alone, or maybe, of course, to make some money, whatever. But at the same time, I mean, I really don't even want to do that. And I don't know for sure if I would. But I'll tell you what I won't do. I won't fight with somebody because other people want me to fight with them. Now, whoever this is, because it's everybody, let's be honest, it's a lot of people here. The troll army is in full effect trying to get me to fight with SoFlo, to fight with Chicago. I think just them, I'm not 100% sure. Them people are telling me that SoFlo and Chicago and Canarsie and people like that are saying things like, to Mustache Pete or to Gunsmoke or saying things. I don't know if they're addressing me or addressing them. I don't know 100%, but bringing up old shit to try to start fights between me and those people. Guys, I really don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, I don't. And the SoFlo thing, let me get into that real quick. I heard people are going over to him to tell him that that I say he doesn't exist to me and all this shit, blah, 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 blah. I ignore all conversation about SoFlo because I don't talk about SoFlo. He doesn't talk about me. We're not friends, but we're not attacking each other at the moment, which is good. I think that's the way both of us like it. Okay, we're not at war. We went through it a million fucking times. There's not even much left we could do to each other. Okay, so when people bring up SoFlo, or when I know that people are trying deliberately to get me to say things about him or something, I simply go, I don't know who you're talking about. Plus, when people tell me SoFlo is trying to take digs at me and stuff, just to try to get me going, It's my way of telling him too. Like, who are you talking about? I don't know who this character is. Okay. It's simply because it's my way of letting everybody know you're not going to drag me back into a fight with SoFlo. I don't care to be in a fight with SoFlo. If it ever came down to it and I had to, sure. But I told you guys, all right, everybody's channel might fail because they suck. My views on MobTube have failed and my donations have gone away because I am in a different place mentally. When my mom passed, I talked to a lot of people who, I hated and who hated me. And I saw who reached out and who didn't, and I made some decisions then about, who I'm going to fight with and who I'm not from there on out. That's the decisions I made. So I've just decided to stay out of all this. I don't care. I don't care who's fighting with who, a Gunsmoke, SoFlo, Angel. I'll talk about certain things, sure, just for you guys, because I know you're interested, because it's some beef that's going on or something. Like Angela and Angel, I think is a very interesting subject because of how close they were for so many years, but I'm not really directly attacking anybody because I keep saying it, and this is, again, it shows that I have integrity, and I'm the furthest thing from what Angel likes to say about me and stuff. I will not attack somebody so my views go back up and I make money. I won't. And if I know that fighting with somebody is going to cause me all kind of agita in my life right now when I'm still grieving and I got other shit going on, sick relatives and everything, I'm not, pretty much my whole family right now is dying. Okay. I'm not even going to get into details, but believe me, when I say that, I'm not lying at all. Every single person I have left in this world has cancer right now, or just recently had a stroke or something. So my mind is completely occupied with that stuff. And what people want nothing more than for me to fight specifically with Chicago and SoFlo. And you know why? Because bottom line is, me and Chicago and SoFlo are the ones that do the most damage. That's just the way it is. It's been like that for a long fucking time. So there's nobody they want to see fight more. Plus, it gets so brutal when I fight with SoFlo. It gets so fucking brutal, and people eat that shit up. They love it. If you hate SoFlo, you fight with them, but none of your tactics are going to work. Like, you could play videos of me talking about people. If those people bite, that's up to them. You could play videos of people talking about me. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I put most of this stuff behind me, if not all of it. So I've been hearing all, and then I talked to somebody this morning who did make it clear about all this stuff, that, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to tell me that SoFlo's talking shit about me, and trying to tell SoFlo that I'm talking shit about him and all that stuff. That's like the fight you guys really want. And you know what? That makes me even more sure. And it makes my, what's the words I'm looking for? It makes me more adamant about not fighting with SoFlo. Just because I know you want it so bad. I know you do. You know what I mean? SoFlo's doing his thing. He's fighting with people every day, all day. He loves it. It's his favorite video game. Let him do it. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm on the path with, to trying to grow this channel to an actual channel now, because you can't grow it in MobTube, and really make some real fucking money where I ain't got to worry about, a handful of donors donating all the time. I can have different donors every goddamn show. That type of stuff. It's all about money to me. You show me where the money is and I go get it. I'm a hustling motherfucker, and the money is in politics. That's why I'm focusing on that. I come on here when I do these MobTube shows and I do my best to entertain you guys without all the drama, and hope that I can make some money that you guys will actually contribute. Now, what I found out in the last couple of months, unfortunately, is that you won't if I don't do all that stuff. But when it comes down to me, engaging in these wars, it's me fighting them all by myself. So it's all the people that want me in these wars, they're nowhere fighting alongside of me. You know what I mean? They don't mind seeing me get torn apart, my family get torn apart, and they don't mind seeing me do it to other people. I'm not a sucker. I figured this shit out a while ago, but for the longest time, the beef came so easily, and it was nothing for me to get involved in. It was like, fuck it. If it makes money, I'll just do it. But I don't really give that much of a fuck, guys. I told you, if it comes down to it, I'll do whatever it takes to make money. I'll do whatever the fuck it takes. I'll rob a fucking bank if I have to. I'll sell drugs. I'll work 2 fucking full-time jobs if I have to. That's just who I am. You know? So money will come no matter what. Hold on. Oh my God. Holy shit. See? I told you. Miss A. Miss A, you are one wonderful individual, and I love and adore you, and I appreciate you more than you could ever imagine. $100 for thanks for being you. Thank you, Miss A. Thank you so much. See that? 66 people. I just made $100. So, and look what she said. Thanks for being you. So I don't necessarily have to do this shit. I don't. When me and SoFlo fight, in case you guys didn't notice, we're 2 people that actually were really friends at one point. Not like, like little, I can't say temporary, but I mean, not like we just kind of sort of knew each other from both being on MobTube. Tony SoFlo is the only guy whose house I ate dinner at from MobTube. You know what I mean? The only guy I really, really hung out with a lot, at least while I was in Florida. I'm talking about, multiple times we hung out and shit. So I know Tina, he knows Shanna, all that stuff. So when we fight, it gets extremely brutal, and it's extra fucked up because of the fact that we were friends. You understand? So it's not even something I really get pleasure out of. Anybody who says they don't worry about what I'm going to do to them is wrong or is lying. They're lying. You know what I mean? You never know what I'm going to do. I never know what I'm going to do. So when I'm fighting with somebody and it gets brutal, it's just 2 people worrying about what the fuck the other one is going to do to them. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all it is. It's fun for you guys to watch. It's not really fun in real life. It's not really fun in real life. Chicago Muscle. That's another one. I think, I'm not sure, but I think people, yeah. As a matter of fact, yes, I heard this morning that the Troll Army is trying, I guess they're posting a video of one time when I went off on Chicago. Chicago knows what that was all about. He made the comments in his community post about me being a cop caller and shit. I flipped out, did one show about him, and that was it. I've spoken to Chicago Muscle. He reached out after my mom passed. We had a very long conversation. There is zero beef between us. I wish him well. I believe he wishes me well, and that's it. I mean, you guys can play those videos all you want, but Chicago's not a sucker. I'm not a sucker. SoFlo's not a sucker. It's not going to turn into what you want it to be. It's not. I hate to break it to you. It's not even just me. It's them too. I think certain people made a conscious decision not to fight with each other anymore. So you could bring up old shit all day. Oh, look what he did to you when he did this. Oh, look what this one said about you. And look, who gives a fuck? Shut up. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, we're all old. Do you realize that? We're all old. We're not getting any younger. Jimmy Clandra said it best one time when he was on this show. He said, we're at the end of our lives. We're not at the beginning. That's the truth. And nobody wants to be wrapped up in this shit all day and be mentally fucked up because it's in your head and you can't get it out. I get enough of that with politics. I don't need that shit. I debate some moron Trump supporter. I spend the rest of the day thinking about how stupid he was. I don't even want my job in my head all day, but at least for that, there's a payoff. You know what I mean? This is, I think, and I'm not just saying because my channel, as far as the MobTube aspect of it sucks now. I'm saying I think it's from when I talk to other content creators, which is rare, but I do sometimes. They say the same thing, that this is dead. This is pretty much over. And I would agree. I would think it would have to be because, again, there's really no new characters. The last new people to come around were, I guess, Nick Romano and Eric. And Nick pretty much stepped away from this because of a lot of the shit I'm saying now. He feels the same way. And Eric does his thing. But there's... I one time said there's a never-ending storyline to MobTube. The storyline changes every day. It doesn't anymore. It's the storyline has come to an end. It's all the same people beefing with all the same other people, and nothing ever really changes. Nothing ever really changes. I know people think it's very weird that I had Angela on my show, and that she apologized to me and I accepted her apology, and we had a conversation about personal stuff and all that. Again, guys, I just want peace in my life. What would you like for me to just call Angela a cunt and she can talk about my wife and we can go back and forth like everybody else does on here? No, you gotta learn at some point to just move on from shit. This is a platform where everybody says words about each other. That's what happens. We say words about each other. Nobody's getting hurt. I got jumped, but that wasn't even really MobTube related. Okay. Everybody's just saying words about each other, words that only exist inside of this tiny, tiny, minute area of YouTube that doesn't even really count on the grand scale of things. Okay. So, or in the grand scheme of things, I'm sorry. So, it's just, it's truly fucking pointless now. It's not even, every time I fight with SoFlo, you know what I see? I just see us saying the same goddamn shit about each other over and over and over. Then he attacks Shanna or I attack Tina and we go back and forth and we attack each other's wives. And it's just, it's pointless. It's truly fucking pointless. So all these people, and listen, I don't know that SoFlo and those guys are, I don't know. I heard Carlos say that they're saying things like, I guess they're trying to get me to, now this is what I'm hearing. I'm not saying this is what they're doing. From what Carlos was saying, it's like SoFlo's trying to get me to fight with Mustache Pete and Gunsmoke by bringing up things like, look what Gunsmoke, you didn't warn Chris when people were coming to jump him, and Mustache Pete told me a bunch of stuff about, FBS on the phone or so, whatever it is. Listen, I don't care. Okay. Gunsmoke, as far as I know, he doesn't talk about me. So I don't talk about him. Period. Simple as that. And I think it's been that way for a pretty long time. The only time I mention his name is if it's something that has to do with his show that I'm talking about. Other people on his show, Howie, I heard Howie said a while ago, I got nothing bad to say about FBS because you don't talk about me. Good. Same here. There's no reason for me to say anything bad about him, and I don't talk about him as long as you don't talk about me. Common, listen, it should be no secret. We're nowhere near as close as we were. We're barely friends. Okay. For different reasons, but I'll always have love for the dude, and I'll never say anything bad about him. We just parted ways like a lot of people on here do. I don't even know who else is on that panel or really any of the other panels, but that's just the way it is. And anyone else on here in my position would without a doubt take the bait or just buy the troll bullshit, hook, line, and sinker, and then fucking just start going at people just to get the money flowing and keep the views. Guys, I'm telling you, man, my whole fucking life since I was 15 years old, I figured out a way to make my own money and take care of myself. Since I was 15 fucking years old, I've done the heinous shit to make money. It's, I refuse to sell myself or my family out to make money on here. If all you guys want to stop donating to me, there's nothing I can do about it. It's totally up to you, but, and if people don't want to watch the show anymore, good. I really don't give a fuck. As long as my friends are here, I don't care about everybody else. These people in the chat, I know all of them well enough, that they're all important to me, and they've supported me, and, I love them, and I think they love me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like we're in love with each other. You know what I mean? And I'll always consider them friends, even the people I've never even spoken to on the phone or anything. Everybody else, whatever, watch, don't watch. You never contributed anyway. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Quite honestly, if you never donated to this show, I don't really care if you watch it. That's the truth. Because again, even like the politics shows, views, it's great getting tens of thousands of views every day. I did a late night show last night and got 14 or 15,000 views. But guess what? They don't translate to money, not yet. And although I do get some donors every now and then, It's not I'm not getting rich, that's for goddamn sure. I mean, some shows I make nothing, some shows I make $10, some shows I make almost 200. Depends. But I'm not even sure why I brought that up. No. Yeah, Common, as far as I know, doesn't talk about me. Yeah, so I don't talk about him, and we, because we were so close, I'll never talk about him. I don't, you know what I mean? And nobody's gonna get me to in any way, shape, or form. Mustache Pete is another guy. Me and Mustache Pete were very close, not as close as we used to be. We talk regularly, though, probably damn near every day. And I'll always have love for him. But I'm not close with anybody like I was. I'm not, for a lot of fucking reasons. I made it that way. I'm not close with anybody like I was. So let's just say Armand, Mustache Pete, told SoFlo things on the phone about me, which I don't know. Okay, so fucking what? He's probably just trying to appease Tony so Tony doesn't attack him. I don't really care. Any of these people, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. And again, I don't know that SoFlo is trying to do anything to drag me into shit. I just heard what I heard from Carlos being on Stand Up Guy's show. But it's not even about him. It's about everybody, because the troll army's in full effect again, doing this horse shit, playing old videos, try to get Chicago to attack me and all this stuff. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. If after my mom passed, me and some individual had a nice conversation about it, any beef we ever had is over. It's in the past. Because there's people that I am still fairly close to that didn't even reach out to me when my mom died. And then there's people that we aren't close at all anymore who did. So if you reached out, like sincerely, like reached out to give me advice or to comfort me in any way, then anything we had going on in the past is over as far as I'm concerned. It's going to take a hell of a lot to spark it back up. Chicago reached out. We had probably an hour-long conversation or some shit. Even SoFlo, in his own little way, reached out. I had a long phone conversation with Chicky, as much bad blood as there is there. But you know what Chicky did when he called me? All he did, and I could hear it in his voice, you guys might think I'm crazy, he was truly sad for me, and he gave me a lot of good advice and told me a lot of things that helped me through it. Okay? And today, I put on SoFlo for a little this morning, and I hear that Chicky's sister passed. First thing I did was text Chicky and tell him how sorry I am. He lost his sister. It's a goddamn shame. May she rest in peace. My condolences to him and his family. So if about what, Sally? If I don't know if anybody thinks they're going to spark any of these old beefs up, they're not. Listen, soon I'll be gone from here, from this. I'll be just a politics channel, and the majority of you will never watch. And you could talk about me till you're blue in the fucking face, but I'll be so far away from you that it won't even get back to me. When I'm getting 50 and 100,000 fucking views alive and I'm making thousands upon thousands of dollars a month, you guys are still going to be here doing the same thing you've always been doing, and you'll never even cross my mind again. Especially motherfuckers like the troll army. That's my plan. I finally have a bigger plan than all this horse shit. In a way, maybe people not donating as much anymore is the best thing that could have happened to me. Although I would appreciate if you do still while I'm trying to get this politics thing going. So if you would like to donate, guys, for the love of fuck, please do. The chat moves fast on what? You talking about the politics shows? It's insane. I get 3,000-4,000 comments a show. I got, like I said, I got 14,000 views. The day before yesterday, I got 47,600 views, and I got 113 subscribers in one day. Yeah, SSP, yeah. So that's my plan. I already got a show planned for when this is over. But I'm still trying to put effort into these shows to make them as entertaining as I can without all this fighting and shit. It's just not worth it to me. And I think for some of these other people, it's not worth it to them. And quite honestly, everybody has enough people to fight with. I mean, from what I hear, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, I think it's SoFlo and Chicago and Canarsie or something, along with Jim Terry and Angel and whoever she's got over there fighting with Angela and Maureen and Gunsmoke and all Common and Howie and all those fucking guys. And then Angel is just, I think she's fighting with 9 or 10 people a day. And then she usually adds to them as she goes. So nobody needs to fight with me. And I don't need to fight with nobody. You know what I mean? I don't. I got what's going on right now is very, it's crazy for me because I've started all over basically just with the same channel. And I've gotten over 1,000 subs in probably, it can't be more than 2.5 weeks. And I've gotten about 300,000 or 400,000 views in a couple of weeks just from my, and I got a whole like extra chat on top of this chat now. I'm getting to know people, who they are by name, who donates, stuff like that. So it's a whole new thing for me. So my mind is on that. And if anybody, no matter who it is, wants to try to do shit to get me to fight with other people, like I said, if you do something to me directly, I'm more likely to attack you than if somebody's trying to get me to attack you, because I don't like giving people satisfaction. So if you want me and SoFlo to fight, even if SoFlo for some reason starts bad mouthing me, I'm not going to fight with them. I'm just not going to even bother. Same thing with anybody else on that side, really, Chicago or anybody. Just not going to. Certain people I'm not going to fight with anymore. And that's why anytime SoFlo's name was brought up or I was referring to him, I would say, who's that guy again? I don't remember his name. I think he lives in Miami. It was obviously for comedy purposes. And that's what I was doing, because I can see what's going on when people are trying to get me into shit. I got enough of my own fucking problems. I don't need everybody else trying to create them for me. For the record, SoFlo has called me once about 2 years ago because he was planning to do a show on my family, and we agreed to not talk about each other. Never spoke to him and never about again, and never about you. No, I believe you. I believe you. This is just something I heard that Carlos said. I don't see you being that type of guy, bro. But I'm just trying to make the point, that I don't know. I don't know. I guess certain people are trying to get me to attack other people, and whether they're ex-friends or just enemies that I don't fight with anymore, I don't know. But why don't you? Everybody should just focus on themselves. I mean, listen, guys, forget about FBS. You got what you wanted. I don't get no donations no more. My fucking views are destroyed. And that's all by design, really, because, not like I intended for that to happen, but I intended to stop all the fighting. And I know it's boring when there's no fighting. I know. But don't take too much satisfaction, because now I literally receive more views on a daily basis than every single MobTube channel combined. So if you think you beat me or I failed, you couldn't be more wrong. I've never succeeded like I am right now. Never. But just forget about me. I don't want anything to do with anybody anymore. I just don't. I'm putting everybody, for the most part, behind me. Even some old friends, I'm putting behind me, and I'm moving on. So don't worry about me no more. What do you care? I'm not making $400 a show, $300 a show anymore. What are you still jealous about? I don't get it. Now, of course he is. I'm barely involved in MobTube, but I get dragged into things. It's all good. I just ignore it because it's the same old shit. That's what you got to do. You have to, BB from VA, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you very much, BB. BB always supports me. I just got sole custody of my 11-year-old son. I don't have time for the petty drama. Let them do their thing. It's no sweat off my back. I don't blame you, bro. I'll be honest with you, and I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want, but I would not even. I would just disappear from this MobTube. You know what I mean? And that's not just for Armand. That's for damn near anybody who doesn't have skin in the game. Just bounce. Fuck it. Who cares about this shit? Because that's what'll happen. You go in the wrong chat, somebody will attack you. You say the wrong thing in a comment, somebody will attack you. You can't win. All you got to do is be a part of a chat, and you can get yourself in trouble somehow, or somebody can just decide to attack you. It's just there's too much bad blood, man. There's too much bad fucking blood, and the people on here who hate each other truly fucking despise each other. Guys, I was somebody who never took this as seriously as everyone else. I've been, in a world, I guess you can say, where when people want to hurt you, they literally hurt you. Like there's, you know what I mean? It's not no fucking words that never leave a certain area or some shit like that. That people really want to hurt you. This shit is words, again, that only exist on this little YouTube community that nobody even knows about. Do you know that I've been on here for 4 and almost a half years? Okay. And I have never had one single person who knows me come across my show. Not one, and I'm assuming most of you haven't. Okay, not one fucking person. And I know a lot of fucking people. And oddly enough, a lot of the people I know are really into the mob shit. And I still have never had anybody I know come across my channel and say, oh my God, Chris, I know you from here or here. Nah, unless they just made it up. So this is stuff that's said online, and yet, do I want to kill some of you motherfuckers? Do I? Oh my God, without a doubt. I mean, do I want to do extreme damage to people like Tony Pizza? No question about it. And a few others, yeah. But I mean, for the most part, the reason you know I can with certain people just let bygones be bygones is because again, it's no real damage was done to anybody. You know what I mean? No real damage. I mean, even in a community where people dox each other's families, everybody already knows. Everybody already knows who people are and who their families are and everything. And where's it going? It's staying here. Who cares? You know? So I certain things I could just let go because there was no real damage done. It was just words. And in this fucking stupid mob tube, everybody fights with each other eventually, and everybody says horrible things about each other. So can you really be mad at people saying horrible things about you when you choose to be a part of a community where that's what's going to happen with everybody eventually? Everybody's going to talk bad about you, most likely your family too, and you'll probably do the same to them. Listen, if I was anybody on here, I would get away from this shit. Anybody. I would say it to anyone. Guys, look at what I'm doing. Okay? There should be an example for everyone. No kidding. Because I don't care about seeing anybody do. I'd like to see people do well and get away. I wish this whole fucking thing would fall apart. You could be any of these guys on here for the most part. They all have, say you're one of the ex-mob guys. You can go live from your phone or just do a vertical live like I do from StreamYard. Hashtag some stuff. Gambino family, Bonanno family, Mafia. Hashtag these things. And you'll get so many fucking people interested in that topic watching you. And next thing you know, your channel blows the fuck up. I got like a 1,200 or something, whatever it was, subs in 2.5 weeks. And it's not going to slow down. It's only going to speed up. I'm only going to get more and more and more and more quicker. Anybody can do that. Anybody on here. If you know about electronics, you can talk about electronics. If you know about the mob, you can talk about the mob. If you know about snakes and stuff like that, you could talk about that stuff. Like not everybody. Some people really don't have shit to talk about, but a lot of the people here do. They can do something completely different and really grow their channel and have the potential of making more money than they could have ever imagined making on YouTube. And listen, I wouldn't clown you if you started doing the same thing I'm doing. Hold on, guys. Okay. It's funny. I just had to hang up on somebody. Anyway, I wouldn't clown anybody. If people start doing what I'm doing, I wouldn't be like, oh, you fucking dick rider, you're doing. No. I wouldn't blame anyone. You have the formula now. The funny part is I even knew you could do this. I just, for some reason, when I tried it, I never did it right. Now you know the answer. You don't schedule anything ahead of time. You just go live from your phone with a bunch of hashtags in your title and your description and just start talking about some shit. And you'll get a fuck ton of people, subs, money, everything. That's a perfect way for let me tell you, a lot of the people on here are I hate to say this because I despise damn near everybody, but there's people on here who are talented enough to make a living a different fucking way, talking about something else. I happen to know a lot about politics. If anybody denies that, you're full of shit. You know, it's very rare you prove me wrong on something. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. So I can sit there and battle with 500 people in my chat and prove them all wrong about their points and roast them and fuck around and go back and forth. And it's fun. It's entertaining. You know, even when the show slows down, a lot of the time I'm carrying 200 people for an hour, but it gets up to 500. It got up to 614 people the other day, the chat. And I got so many people that return to each show now. Everybody should do something like that. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck it right in the ass. Who needs this agita? Who? That Suge is a perfect example. Let me talk about Suge. Suge is 70 fucking years old. It is my nightmare to be, and I'll listen. One thing Suge's right about is I'll probably never reach his age. It's damn near an impossibility for me to make it to 70 years old. But if I'm in my golden years, so to speak, or, you know, I'm at the end of my life, you think I want a bunch of degenerates from fucking YouTube in my fucking brain all day, every day? No. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I don't even know. Angel's another one. Angel's got to be one of the most mentally ill people, in my opinion. I don't know that to be true. In my opinion. Out there, because she is a woman who I believe, I don't know her finances and stuff, but I believe she had a fairly good life before she started all this. I believe things about her and even her family, even though they're the Gaudis, were more private than they are now. Not everybody knew everything, you know, and she didn't have to spend every single day thinking about what her next show is going to be and who said this about her and who she's going to fight with next and who she's going to recruit to fight with people for her and all that shit. Why isn't Angel just relaxing? and I listen, I can't tell her what to do. She can do whatever she wants. But I think she's a retired woman who has a little money, I think. You know what I mean? I would assume. I don't think she works, right? So, I mean, why do people like this shit? I even asked myself that. Guys, I've changed so much since my mom passed. You'll never understand. Not just that, but I am truly on some medication that has calmed me the fuck down a lot and made me see things a lot more clearly. So now I look back on it, I'm ashamed of all of this. With the exception of the interviews, some of the other actual good shows, Addiction and Recovery, of course, the politics, you know, and like, you know, what I've spoken about, my own life story and stuff. Everything else, I'm even disgusted by the mob content because, again, I might as well have been doing a show about serial killers or rapists or some shit. You know what I mean? Every show. I'm just disgusted by this. Every night, I got to put all these fucking shows on members only individually, guys. I could put them all on private like that, but members only, you got to go one by one. So every night when I'm in bed, I go to my fucking stupid videos and I just put more and more on members only until I get tired of doing it. Then I start back up the next night until all you'll see on this channel, unless you have a membership, is politics. And eventually, let me tell you something. All those videos are going to go away permanently for members only too. You know, I don't want them on this channel. I don't want anybody. God forbid. You know how afraid I am? God forbid I'll die in an accident or something and then this channel exists. Oh, I'm giving fucking Shanna all my information to take control of this channel and delete every fucking video except for those interviews. All of them. All of them. Get rid of them. I don't know, man. Let me read some comments. This is bullshit. Everybody's old. Everybody's getting old. I mean, when I watched that video the other day about me and Eyelight, I heard myself say I'm about to be 42. I was like, oh my God. Or I said about to be 43, something like that. I'm like, I've been on here that just puts it into perspective. I'm in my mid 40s now. I was in my early 40s when I started this shit. And next year I'll be in my late fucking 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a job like any other job. You make a living at it. Nobody likes their job, period. You make a living at it. That's the whole purpose. You can't ask for a whole lot more than that. But this goes a little further than a regular job. When I used to work in factories, I would clock out every day and go home. And I did not think for 2 seconds about that job until I clocked back in the next day. This shit is a never ending just cycle of text messages and phone calls and emails and Instagram messages and Facebook messages and fucking, people trolling you and trying to attack you and your family and trying to hurt you as much as possible, even though they don't even know you and you never did. You know what it's like to wake up and find out there's 5 new channels that are just there to try to destroy your life? I mean, it's fucking bizarre. I'm telling you, if I was a guy, my insistence is on making a living legitimately. I would just be out hustling. I don't want to do this shit. If for that kind of money, because I do require a lot of money to live the way I want to, I would just be out hustling. But I want to make a living legitimately. And bottom line is, even though things are terrible now, I mean, I've made more money on here than I'll ever make working any full-time job I'm capable of getting. So, there was at least purpose to it. It paid off at first. Now it doesn't even pay off. It's completely fucking pointless. Does anybody really make any decent money on here anymore? Anybody? I mean, I'd assume that if anybody does, it's probably Gunsmoke. Anyone else, I can't imagine making any real money on here. And I still do well because I'm very lucky. Even when people ain't donating, I get people like Miss A who throw $100 in. That's like if 10 people would have donated $10 each, I'll get somebody like Mr. Anonymous 6 before my show even starts. He'll throw me $99. And then I'll get some super chats throughout the show and some more cash throughout the day. I'm piecing it all together. That's why I used to tell Gunsmoke, bro, I don't care if you don't have anything to talk about. You just got to go live and start talking. And you piece a paycheck together. That's what we do. You know what I mean? You're from video to video. You do whatever you can. Even if you only make $10, that's $10 towards your paycheck. So now I'm doing 5 live streams a day. And every live stream, I'm making a little money. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Let me see. Did I shout this out, BB from VA? I think I did. Let me just go through some comments. Tommy Stiggs, it's been said that $1 million can't buy peace, but peace is worth $1 million. I like that. I never heard that. Good to see you, by the way, Tommy Stiggs. What's that saying about boredom? Idle hands are the devil's workshop. It's very true on here. Well, yeah, it's very true. The first time I ever heard that was Basketball Diaries, I think. Idle time is the devil's plaything or some shit like that. It's true. That's a lot of addiction is because of fucking boredom. Yeah. Your mind starts thinking up all kinds of wild shit to do. It's lost its shine. Oh, no doubt. This was so much fun, even when it was brutal for a while there. I mean, it was really fucking fun. Everybody had their little crew, and, people just, they did their thing. Even when we were blasting each other, it was kind of fun. But, man, boy, has it changed. You could put 10 shows on at the exact same time in the time slot, and whichever one is spewing the most venom and hatred and the most drama is going to be the one with the most views. And don't get me wrong, politics is somewhat similar. Like, the reason I get a lot of views is because they're tearing me apart in the chat and I'm tearing them apart. That's what people love seeing. It's not even that much about the politics. The politics is just the topic on which we're, roasting each other pretty much. You know what I mean? But it's a little different. It's not a small community of people who everybody knows everything about, everyone else. And it gets super fucking personal and all that crazy shit. It's not like that. BTF Phoenix, $5. Like I said that day on panel, doing on a tube show more often. You've covered so many other subjects and have the gift of gab. I still appreciate you. Thank you for $5. You're right, and I still appreciate you too. Dragon Reborn, you seem to be enjoying the political channel way more than all the fighting. Good luck. Thank you. I truly do. I look forward to those shows every day. And I'll tell you, part of the reason is because It's not even the conversation. It sounds stupid, but like the activity. It's the views. It's every show. You don't know. Am I going to get 8,000 views? Am I going to get 25,000 views? Am I going to make $10? Am I going to make $200? That's what this used to be like, minus all those views. That's what this used to be. Every time you did a show, you'd be like, damn, I wonder how much I'm going to make tonight. I wonder what's going to happen on the show. I like going to pop up. Something stupid going to happen to make the show funny. The politics shows are the same thing. I might give a phone number to some dildo in the chat, and it'll be the funniest debate you ever heard. Plus, I get 20,000 views and 100 subs and make $200. And you know what I mean? So it's like I'm starting YouTube all over again. And guys, I'm telling you, for anybody who's going to keep doing this shit, you have no idea what a relief it is to be doing something else and have some new people coming in and getting to know you and contributing and to really actually be doing real YouTube shit, because I don't want to jinx myself, but most likely my politics stuff is only going to get bigger, not smaller. And it could get very big, very, very big, because eventually, once I have a big enough crowd, I'm not just going to be doing shows where I'm reading the chat and tearing people apart and just trying to prove people wrong. I'm going to be doing shows exactly like this, and every show is going to have a specific topic. And that's where you can really, you can get money for those views, and you can you'll have steady donors, and, you grow the channel fast. Soto, $10. Thank you, Soto. Soto always looks out for me. He threw me 50 yesterday. You're the man, bro. What's up, Beck? How you doing, bro? How come I have a feeling that even this show is going to spark some sort of beef, and like in a little while, somebody be doing a show like, oh yeah, FBS? I don't know. I'm not saying nothing bad about nobody. I just want to be left the fuck alone, and you troll motherfuckers. Listen, all of you douchebags, you fucking clown, pussy, cowards. You know how I feel about you. You guys are the biggest joke in the world. You do whatever the fuck you want, and I will always ignore you. Always. Like, I'm listening to SoFlo earlier, and I'm hearing him say Gumpy. I'm like, who the fuck is Gumpy? And then I realized because he finally said Grumpy. I'm like, oh, this is not even somebody I think about. I don't even give a fuck about this person's existence. If it even is a person, who knows? You know what I mean? So try to start beefs and all that shit. I'm so far ahead of you. You have no idea. You have no idea. Just like I always was. Tommy Stiggs, you as well as a few others responsible for me pushing live 4 years ago. And since then, I was able to move from doing construction on the side to just doing YouTube on the side and making the same money. Oh, that's great, Tommy Stiggs. See that? It can be a wonderful thing. It can. But Tommy Stiggs is smart, because what he does, he doesn't get involved in all that shit. That's why, the last time I went after him, he killed me with kindness and made me feel like shit about myself. He doesn't get involved. He's not really bad-mouthing anyone, I'll tell you the truth. You want to know the honest truth, man. I've said before that the mob content is boring, and I think it's played out. But you got to understand, I can't say that for everybody. I'm just for me. So from my point of view, just like all of us, if we think something is boring, we think everybody thinks it's boring, but there's tons of people who are still into the mob shit. And I really have probably the most respect for on here as far as what they do on YouTube. I'd probably have to say Nadu and RJ. You know what I mean? And Nadu gets involved sometimes, whatever. But the bottom line is he does videos all the time about the mafia. He sticks to the subject, and he doesn't let anybody derail him, And he's made an awesome channel where he makes listen, Jeff don't have to say it. I'll say it for him. Jeff makes a lot of fucking money, okay? He does very well. I've been to his crib. His house is beautiful. Jeff lives a great life. Believe me when I tell you. RJ's another one. Great guy, lives a great life. And RJ has always managed to stay out of everything, even though the shit people have done to him. I mean, imagine being the only black guy in a community full of people talking about the mafia. Imagine the shit he must have been put through without even fucking bothering anybody. So it's the people that really have made a decision that this is what I'm going to do on YouTube and I'm going to stick to it. I have respect for them, you know? That's why I always liked OC Shorts. OC Shorts don't give a fuck. He's got a plan and he's following through with it. And that's finally what I'm doing. I have a plan and I'm following through with it. I don't even, like, believe me, it's not going to remain this way where it's just me and a bunch of Trump supporters tearing each other up. It's not going to remain that way. But right now, I'm smart. I know what I have to do. I got to put some rage bait over my head. Every show I put some shit like this over my head. Let's see. Donald Trump is Satan. Prove me wrong. Now, I don't even believe in Satan, right? But when people see that, it either makes them laugh or it makes them very, very angry. But either way, they watch to see what I'm saying, because obviously the Trump supporters, that drives them crazy. It drives them and they can't not comment and talk shit, and the funny thing is there could be, oh, what happened there? There could be, sorry about that. I hate to show you his face by accident. There could be 500 people in the chat and they're all insulting me, and you can watch. That's why I drive them crazy. I'm so bulletproof to all that shit. There's nothing they could say about me that Mob 2 people haven't said before. Plus, I can laugh at myself. Do you know how many dummies come in there and just make fun of me for being bald, like as if I'm the only one? You know what I mean? But meanwhile, most of them are probably bald. They're not good at what they do. So their insults bounce right off me, and I just use their ignorance to clown them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. So I know what to do right now. Right now, to get people's attention, that's what I do every day. I'll put up something above my head, like, is Donald Trump a rapist? Now that's going to get people, because the way those vertical lives work is people are scrolling through live videos, just like they scroll through shorts. So if they just see a guy sitting here talking, they're probably not even going to watch long enough to see what I'm talking about. But if they see that, they know what the show is about. I'm telling you, anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. I mean, I'm not saying you could hold an audience necessarily or gain the subs necessarily, but you can definitely go on YouTube and put yourself in the algorithm and give yourself a hell of a chance at building a real channel and making some real money. Oh yeah, War, of course, man. And I get discouraged. I do sometimes, but I see the bigger picture. If I could have made, probably damn near $500,000 in 4.5 years talking about this horse shit, I can only imagine what could happen talking about politics, because again, there's no more important subject in the world right now. The biggest podcasts in the world and YouTube channels are, there's Mr. Beast and stuff, but podcasts that are on YouTube, like Midas Touch, and even Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's show is nothing but a politics show now. They're all politics shows. That's it. Midas Touch beat out Joe Rogan. It's a left-leaning, very left actually, podcast. It's on YouTube, and those guys have millions of 3-4 million fucking subs. That's what you got to talk about today, And Trump is the most controversial character in probably American history. So, FBS, I think a lot of us that understand the mob culture from the inside out find it somewhat boring. I'm sure there is a market for it, but boring for many. Tommy, I agree with you. I think that's what it is. I know, for me, part of it was I just learned too damn much about it. Now by Representative Left at Leader Grijalva. Thanks for joining me again. Hold on. There goes my politics. I just know too much about it now. It's not like when I used to just read books and there was some mystique to it and you didn't really know. You just knew what the book said and the documentary said and little things like my family told me. It's not the same as once I came on here and I started getting to know some of these people that were involved in that life and their family members and shit. And it's like, oh, man, it really is an ugly fucking life. I mean, at least now, who knows what the fuck they're doing, but talking about a life where, you might very well have to put a bullet in your best friend's head at some point. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have to kill somebody because they shorted you a few dollars in an envelope, something. I mean, or you might get your fucking brains blown out at any time. It's not a good life. It can't be. It can't be. So you're right, Tommy. I'm gonna give you an example. Let me tell you, hood stuff, hood movies. You cannot get me to watch one. Back in the day, I'll watch like Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society. But new movies, if I even see a movie while I'm scrolling through Amazon Prime, and it's some hood movie about the ghetto, about dealing drugs, you could not pay me enough money to watch it because I know it inside and out. I was there for a large part of my life, the majority of my life. I was right in it. I was a part of it. And it's a miserable fucking world. It really is miserable. It's the same shit as being in the mafia, except there's no prestige. There's no, there's nothing. You're just another guy doing the same thing everybody else is doing. You ain't getting no fucking special treatment, you know? And I remember when Jimmy Calandra one time said he can't stand watching mob movies. And I thought to myself, why would that be? And the only conclusion I could come to is because he knows so much about it. The movies bore him. And that's how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like I finally feel like that with the mob, is that I don't know it like I knew the streets because I was actually a part of them. But I found out enough about it that it's just boring to me now. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear it. I'll give you an example of the way I am. Like, me and Shannon used to always go to Jackie B's. It's a restaurant in York City. It's a neighborhood place. Let me tell you, everybody should be so lucky as to have one of these fucking places in their neighborhood. I mean, you can go in that bitch and get a fucking 14-ounce Delmonico, and not a shitty cut of meat either. 14-ounce Delmonico and a lobster tail for like $15. Their daily special is I think it's a 8-ounce sirloin, a baked potato, and salad for $4.99. The drinks are cheap. You buy a couple of drinks, they give you a free drink every couple of drinks. The food is unbelievably expensive. The last time we ordered from there, it was a bunch of people. I got a 14-ounce Delmonico, scallops. I think it came with fries or something, but I got broiled scallops, and I might have gotten another side. Then we got like 5 or 6 cheeseburger subs, like 6 orders of wings, all types of shit. The bill was like $75. I shit you not. Anyway, when we used to go to this place, it was the world I was from. You know, don't get me wrong. A lot of white people go there. The place has been around so long that they'll always have the same type of crowd. But of course, a lot of people from the hood go there. So when you're sitting in that dining room and you're eating, you're hearing at the next table, oh, so-and-so got shot. This one got killed. This guy's going to jail. This guy's a rat. That's all you're hearing. And Shanna would be fascinated. It was like I could see her ears perked up and she's just like listening. Oh, so-and-so just got shot last night at 8:00. And now these motherfuckers are going to kill this one. And Shanna would look at me and I'd just be like, she'd say, what? I'd be like, you don't realize how absurd it is until you leave it. Like it's fascinating to you, but to me, this is all I heard every fucking day for 20 years. This is it. The same conversation. Who's a rat? Who got killed? Who's going to kill somebody? Who did kill somebody? Who's going to prison? Who's in the feds? Who's upstate? You know what I mean? So although it's fascinating to people that don't know shit about it, if you know a lot about it, it's the most boring thing in the world. And that's what I think happened with me and certain other people when it comes to the mob stuff. It was fascinating until we learned too much about it. And then all of a sudden it wasn't fascinating no more. But I have respect for those guys, man. Those guys that just do their content, even if they do get involved in a little bit of drama, like Nadu will every now and then. The guy does his content. He's grown his channel. He makes a lot of fucking money. For the people that think he bought subs and stuff like that, I don't know. Sometimes I even think he bought subs. I don't make that a secret, for certain reasons. But I'll tell you this, I've literally seen what he brings home every month and shit. And I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck he did or didn't do, but you ain't making that type of money off of fake anything, So plus he's got his TikTok thing and all kinds of shit. You got to respect guys like that. Even if from time to time they piss you off. Jeff has pissed me off so many times. you know, and I go after him for a little and then I leave him alone. Deep down inside, though, he's a good guy. You know, he's a good guy. And, you know, until you lose a parent, you can't really understand the sadness and the just being lost and the confusion and the regrets and the memories, and you can't understand how hard it hits you. And you know, when you know, Jeff lost his dad, and there's no doubt he loved and adored his dad. That was his hero, I think. And that was how I was with my mom, you know. So once I lost my mom, I could relate even more to Jeff. You know, I really could. And you know what? Whereas a lot of guys who are single and stuff like that, like don't have a family, would go into a major fucking tailspin over losing their dad or something. He kept his shit together. I know there's rumors that he's, you know, whatever's happened to him because of it. Or what the fuck do you expect? You lose your mind. I told Shanna 2 nights ago, Shanna, baby, I seriously think if I sat down for an hour or more and just let myself think, that I would go insane. I'm telling you, I would lose my mind. I'd be in a fucking straitjacket because there's so many terrible things going on in my life. I mean, I'm about to lose 4 family members, and guess what? That's pretty much it. Okay? That's pretty much it. It's one of the saddest things in the world. Right after losing my mom and my stepson losing his mother. That's why I'm doing 5 live streams a day and all that other shit. Because it's fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. When it rains, it pours. Everything's happening at once. So I understand the pain of people like Jeff now, you know? Like I do. So the guy kept his shit together. He keeps doing his content. He keeps making money. He's damn near famous. I had somebody in the politics show the other day say, I can't believe it. I went through your channel and I found Jeff Nadeau from Barstool. I love that guy. You know what I mean? So like, you know, the guy is known. You got to give him credit. He's known, and you know, he does well for himself. So I forget where I was at exactly, but I don't know. Oh, what I was going to say is, you know, well, he kept it all together. If it was me and I didn't have Shanna, and you know, my daughter's busy with her life, and I didn't have my stepkids, and especially, you know, if my mother was my main person in my life, and I lost her, I would have, without a doubt, gone into a major fucking tailspin. I would have gotten fucking lit immediately. I'd be doing coke and drinking and everything else again, and I'd probably wind up in a psych ward, in jail, or in a cemetery. That would be the end result of it. You know, so I respect people who can keep all their shit together when something like that happens. Even me, like, I've managed to keep my shit together, but that's why I make no secret of the fact that you got to remember, I'm medicated to the point where my feelings are suppressed for the most part. That's the only reason I haven't lost my mind yet. I don't feel that much anymore. You know, I don't. Like, you know, it's nothing you can understand unless you've experienced it. If I wasn't on this medicine, I don't know where I'd be after losing my mom. I don't know, but it would not be good. Would not be good. Sports 74, I love your new politics show. Been watching you for years, and the new channel is great. I love the way you handle the people, and it can be very entertaining as well as educational. Thank you, man. That means a lot to me, brother. It does. Anyway, I don't mean to, you know, go on and on about my personal shit, but that is what I do on here. That's why I'm me. I still figure out why as soon people are afraid of Trump. Oh, I don't know. Give me 1 sec, Shanna's. All right, guys. That was my beautiful Shanna. Oh, and happy Veterans Day, by the way, to all of our vets. Happy Veterans Day to you guys. You guys are the only reason we even have the choices we have to do the shit we do, you know, no matter what it is. So happy Veterans Day. Thank you all for your service. Yep. Oh yeah, war. Yeah, that's true. He's there for you. He's there for me. I know that much. So anyway, guys, point of the show is I don't care what you guys do. I don't care who does. Even if, let's just say, SoFlo's taking some shots at me, let him have fun. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's not, you know, he'd have to be pretty vicious for me to even, you know, bite. But if they're taking little digs at me for whatever reason, that's okay. I mean, I don't care. You know, it's nothing that hasn't been said before. I really don't. I mean, I understand how this works. I understand that every now and then you got to do shit like that, whether it's to make your audience happy or SoFlo's slick. You know, he will do things like that where he'll bring up, well, when FBS, you know, just to try to get something going or some shit. I know what everybody does. I don't care. You know, I don't care. I remember one time when me and Lee were on good terms. Every now and then I would kind of diss him. And one day we talked and he was like, I understand that, you know, your audience likes it. Like every now and then you got to take a few shots at me. I don't mind. Well, that's how I feel too. I don't care. I don't care. We've done so much damage to each other. I mean, what's a few words, you know? So, although I know, man, it would help me right now, man, I could be making fun. All my worries could be over again for a while if I just fucking engaged with one of these guys and just went berserk, you know, but fuck that. I've done enough on here, man. I've done it all. I've done politics. I've done true crime. I've done mob content. I've done interviews. I've done my whole life story. Did I say addiction and recovery? I probably already said that. I've done, I've put everything on here, skateboard videos, DJ videos, you know, and I probably didn't even mention all the categories of shit that I've done on here. Maybe MobTube it just needs to die. Seriously, it just needs to die. I think if any of these guys, going from people like Gunsmoke and them, his crew, to people like SoFlo and his crew, not so much Angel and her crew. They're staying right here. But I think most of these people, if they found a different community that was fun, where they could jump in and get involved and make some money, and I think they do it in a heartbeat, most of them. I can't imagine that there's anybody who is not bored with this at this point. Even if they seem to enjoy it, I would imagine that they wake up and say, all right, so going to do another show and talk about so-and-so again. That's how I feel with like the Tony Pizza stuff. You know, it's like, okay, since I'm not fighting with anybody, I guess it's another Tony Pizza show today. I'm a fucking 46-year-old man who has everything I want in life, and I got to fucking talk about a homeless scumbag who's never had anything just to keep an audience entertained. It is fucking miserable sometimes. Oh, it did. Deganey, am I wrong? All of it, right? All of it. Does anybody really get a lot of views anymore? Other than maybe Angel? Does anybody? I mean, I don't know. But I will tell you this, Angel. My mom used to say, the worst thing you could do with Chris is tell him he can't do something, because he'll prove you wrong like that. And Angel was giving me advice on her show one night a couple of weeks ago, and she said, why don't you stop, my father, why don't you stop talking about Tony Pizza and politics? So I took half of her advice. All right, I'll slow down on talking about pizza, but I was planning on doing that anyway. It has nothing to do with you, Angel. But I'm going to show you now. I was literally sitting on the couch when I heard her say it. It was 10-something at night. I said, fuck this. I'm finally going to really, because the last time I tried it, I forgot the hashtags. I went live from my phone with the hashtags. I was shocked. By the end of the show, I had 8,900 views. I said, holy fuck. I can do it. I can do it. So thanks. I might still be sitting here just doing Tony Pizza videos every day if it wasn't for Angel telling me what not to do. You never want to tell me what not to do, because I'm going to do it immediately. And don't tell me I can't do something, because I will prove you wrong every fucking I told you when I was young, my dad made fun of me for wanting to be a DJ. Told me, you're just going to ruin your records and stuff, which, a lot of people think when you scratch records, you're actually scratching them, your equipment might get damaged. Then what are you going to do? You got thousands of dollars worth of equipment. People spill drinks on it. And it was just negativity, telling me why I can't do this, telling me why I'm an asshole for wanting to be a DJ since I was 14 years old. You know what I mean? Oh, what are you thinking? You think you're actually going to be successful? Come on, it's a joke. You'll never make money playing music. As soon as I hit 21, my first year, I might have made more money than he ever made in a year. I don't know exactly, but for 7 fucking years, I made a successful business out of it, and I made a fuck ton of money, and I was the most popular DJ around. So all you ever got to do with me, if you want to see me succeed, which nobody wants to see, just tell me I can't do something and see what happens next. And you will always be my buddy BB, without a doubt. Yeah. Chris, can't wait for you to start doing politics shows on a particular subject and only reading super chat. I know, Soto. That's what I'm trying to build up to, but I got to get enough people. I hope you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing now, where it's literally just rage bait and fighting with people, because that's the only way to do it. At first, people aren't going to want to sit there and hear you talk. Like today I'm going to talk specifically about the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene said yesterday that basically Donald Trump and the Republicans are covering up the Epstein files. Marjorie Taylor Greene said that. That's the show I'm going to do today. But you know how it goes. It'll turn into you're bald, you're an asshole, and me telling you you're stupid, you're a fucking moron, you're uneducated, and, fighting back and forth. But it builds subs. Once I have thousands of subs that'll watch every show, then I can, chill out and do shows about, because there's something new to talk about every fucking day. But I learned from MobTube how to get people engaged. Just go crazy. That's what they want to hear. Trump supporters get pissed off that you're talking about Trump. Liberals and Democrats, they love that you're talking about Trump, and they all watch. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I appreciate everything. I got 3 super chats on this show, but I thank you guys. Anybody who even sent $1, and of course my buddy Miss A, $100 saved the day. Of course, I still need to make more money, but I only say that because people think, oh, he's good for the day. He's good. No, I'm not. If that's all I needed to make every day, then it'd be a different story. But Miss A, you are the shit for the $100. That is awesome. I appreciate you so much. And BTF and Soto and BB, thank you. Now, I got to get going. Time to do a politics show. I love you all. And until next time, salute.